Dany. Thank you for coming to my TPO. In this TPO, I'll be explaining how I have improved in my ability to create and design a high-quality final product by being able to take critique given to me and mold it into the final product. My first piece of evidence for that, well, actually, what a high-quality product means to me is being able to have the best acting. In this case, the best acting, the best scene, the best props, the best costumes, etc. And for my first piece of evidence, I'll be showing our first scene from the very first draft of our movie. If you could please play that. Now I want you to look out for just how unprofessional it looks. Like the set is not exactly a really office scene, and they change clothes several times throughout the scene. Alright, that'll be it. Now please move on to the next one. Now in this one I want you to notice how the difference, it's all one scene, it looks very smooth. Please play it. Alright, that'll be it. Alright, so for this, it's the difference between them is night and day. This one was after receiving 3 weeks of critique and playing the movie in front of everyone more than twice a week. So the way we received our critique was every student got a note card and they would write down what needs improvement on. And after receiving this, I decided I think there needs to be more critique. I don't think this is enough for me. So what I did was I went out and asked people is it funny? Did you watch this? Would you come to this on exhibition night? And so after receiving that critique, I told the group hey, we need to do this and this. And so luckily they agreed with me. And so we went and we started filming it, and every tiny I started to nitpick everything. I started to say, hey, I want this to be improved because he's changing clothes in the scene, so I didn't want that to happen. And so we decided to film this in all one day, in all one big shot. And yeah, that's the first video.
Okay. 3 minutes for questions and answers. Where else in the year have you done a high quality final product?
Well, else in the year, for the artist statements that we did for the particulars, we had 2 weeks, 1 week of just going outside every hour. You remember that, every hour we go outside with Ms. Jana, and then we would receive critique from her and other students. And then after that, we would come in and then, if I wasn't proud of it, I'd be asking other students hey, how does this look?
Was there any time during the first semester that you felt that you didn't create a quality product?
Yeah, during the first semester, if you remember the memoirs that we did, the final memoirs for the photo project, I didn't feel we did, I got enough critique for that because we did this session, but we only did 1 session. And I feel as though I just got lazy after that. I didn't want to critique anymore. I liked how it was. But looking back on it, I don't think I took the time and effort to make it high quality.
What is a final project? What does a quality project mean to you?
As I stated in the beginning of the CER, high quality final project is something that it is the best of best. In this case with the movie, it was not changing the clothes every 10 seconds. It was having it be really smooth. It was having the best acting in it.
3 minutes for second CR.
So for my second CR, I'll be saying how I want to improve my ability to master a difficult skill by breaking a difficult task into smaller, easier tasks. Now, the example I will be using is going to be my insecure project, which we saw outside. So in this particular, our art teacher, Mr. Joshua, first showed us the final product, which was a mural of Hitler, pretty much. And so in this, at first I saw well, I don't want to do this. I can't do that. I don't have handwriting skills. I don't have the drawing skills to do this. And so I immediately began to think my expectations dropped. I don't want it to be good. It's not going to be good. So for the first week of the entirety of the first week, I just didn't really care about it. I was just doing whatever. But then after I started receiving critique hey, I'm gonna fail this project if I don't work hard on it. And so like Ms. Joshua started showing me like, hey, don't try and do it like all at once. Like focus on like the tiny parts of it, like what you can do. And so in doing that, I was able to like, okay, the right arm I'm gonna spend 1 hour on, the left arm I'm gonna spend another hour on. And so in doing that, it helped me like realize like, okay, I'm gonna be able to focus on this. I'm not gonna waste time like trying to decide what to do next. And the way this will like help me in the future is, say I'm working like on a construction piece, like a small robot for example. I want to work on the legs, make sure like all the tiny working parts are working, obviously, all the tiny moving parts, and then I'll try to do like the bigger project like the head or the body. And my plan for improvement, like again in this, is just breaking up the difficult tasks, because if we were just receive like a giant project that's like 3 month span, I want to work on like say the things I specialize in, like writing like the essay if we need an essay, working on like the building aspects of it, rather than just trying to do it all at once, because then there won't be any flow to it. It would be like broken up in pieces. And so I feel like through this in particular, I was able to like show that, because in the soldier one, it was very difficult for me at first because I didn't know what to do, because there's no stipple on that one. It was just like all one big picture. But I started working from like the tip of the gun like all the way to the left, like from right to left, and I felt that like it made it easier on me rather than trying to do from the middle and spread out. And then same thing with Jahar. I worked on like the stipple on his arm, the elbow, and the shoulder, and then I started working on the words, because the words I think were the most difficult part for me. So I feel after having everything done, I could like not worry as much, not feel pressured, and so it made it just easier on me to like do the difficult task.
3 minutes for questions and feedback.
Since you want to improve on this ability, what are some things that is not letting you be able to improve?
I think a major thing will be just like being distracted, because I'm an open person. I easily get distracted. Like when I was working over there, Dylan was next to me, and so I would just like turn over and start talking to him, even though like I knew I shouldn't be doing that. And so, yeah.
How have you already been working on your ability to not be distracted when you need to be focused?
So an example I can give for that is during the movie project. Like it's also for the improvement there. When we went out to the office scene, like I wanted to make sure that there were no distractions. So what I did was like make sure everyone was quiet on the set. I like made sure that there's no like yelling outside, so I could really focus in on something.
Your claim is that you want to break a task down into smaller parts. Did you do that with your film project? And if you did, how did you do it?
I did that for the film project, and the way I like did this was when the actors didn't bring the props that we needed, I would say, okay, what can we get done? Like just like can we get done the voiceovers first? Can we do like the actual movements that don't require props? And like how can we do it?
Your professional appeal experience is up there. Can you like elaborate?
They told us to put it on the TP page.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so let's do a round of appreciations and then maybe any feedback that you have.
I like how you're very comfortable doing it. There's no stuttering or ums or anything. You just everything flowed.
To add on, you're very professional and your DP was well organized.
I liked how pretty much every statement you had to say, you had evidence for it.
I like that your claims can be like input into another project, not just the one you showed.
I like that you want to work hard on your concentration and work out your distractions.